Hello, welcome back to the House of Animation. Our front door is always open, so do come on in and enjoy the magic of animation and join us on our journey as we discuss animated films of all kind. I am the cute sidekick, Ben Gilman. As always, I'm joined by Prince Charming, Troy Salmon.
Hello, my sexy and beautiful people.
Oh god, he's getting more and more horny. The Wicked Witch Tower.
Why the hell are you after Munchkins, Troy?
Munchkin, what?
But we're talking Alice in Wonderland, not Wizard of Oz.
Oh my god, here we go.
The Wicked Witch of the West Tower, Chloe.
Hello, it's I, the witch.
And staying over from, in her own words, that is, by the way. In her, and you may remember from last week, we invited Alex and Dan from Sky Syndrome to stay over. So the wise old lady, Alex de Toro, is still with us.
Hello, hello.
And the incompetent evil sidekick, Dan Rudge, is still with us as well.
Oh, what is your bidding, O Tara, my mistress?
Hello.
That sounds so sexual. Ooh.
Do I leave you guys alone? Right. So we're here today to talk. We are here to talk about a woman who goes through a hole. It's Alice in Wonderland. No jokes.
The way you came out of that was so random.
Oh god.
Not the Vicar of Dibley.
She doesn't have a boyfriend. Hole diving, she does that a lot. She likes rabbits. Anyway, so it's a 1951 American animated musical fantasy film, obviously by Walt Disney, based on books by Lewis Carroll. This is a film. Oh god, my mind has just blown up. Yep. So it's her sister. Yep. So basically, I wasn't too sure if it was her mum or her sister. It's definitely her sister. Alice runs away from her sister's history lesson. Why would you want to know about England conquering everyone? It's a bit boring, I know. Yeah, we're evil. Sorry about that, world. And she follows a rabbit down a hole, doesn't even think about it, just gets in there. And then loads of crazy stuff happens in Wonderland. And, it's all a dream. Which is, some people may find is a cop-out. So where do you guys want to start with this? Because we need to talk about sexuality here, because she can't keep her skirt down. There's a bottle that says "drink me," which is just filthy, and then "eat me." A biscuit says "eat me," just to get her up and down to get through the doorknob. Drink me, eat me.
Oh jeez.
Okay.
If this was a Japanese anime, Alice would be flashing us every 5 seconds with her skirt going up. Thank God
Really?
it's flashing Disney.
Yeah, I'm afraid you can't get away from the quite blatant pubescent and sexual imagery that goes along with Alice in Wonderland. There's an awful lot of absurdity, and Lewis Carroll is one of the best masters of using absurd writing. Yeah. But at the same time, it is a proper, documented history that the origins of this story are not innocent.
Okay, right.
You have other stories which you have the backstory for them. For example, Winnie the Pooh by A.A. Milne, which was written all for A.A. Milne's grandson, who was actually called Christopher, and Christopher Robin was supposed to be the grandson, and these were the stories that were written for him. That's a really wholesome way of looking at writing for someone. This is the complete opposite. Lewis Carroll fancied his teenage friend of family daughter and wrote love letters to her, which included basically the chapters of this book. Yeah. That's where this story comes from. He was trying to seduce a teenage girl with this book.
With what?
He was trying to seduce a teenage girl with this book that was about her.
Okay.
Okay.
Growing up into being an adult and how confusing and weird and everything it might be, and all the symbolism and all of that. But basically grooming. That's where Alice in Wonderland begins, is with an absurd old perv who was trying to groom a young girl.
Okay, we need to put some lightness in this now.
Oh, perv.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
My gosh, an
He
absurd.
didn't manage to. Just
there's always a pervy something. No Face last week was very pervy with Chihiro, wouldn't leave her alone. And now this,
if you find the backstories of most of these things,
pervy with her though. No Face is just needy.
yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
just needy. Yeah,
I think every time we come back to Disney, there's always that like they Disney-fy. Like I mean, every Little Mermaid. If you look at the original book of that, oh boy, it's a lot darker. So
They took the Brothers Grimm stuff and the Hans Christian Andersen stuff and took away anything that was even remotely controversial about it to Disneyfy it.
yeah,
Like the Little Mermaid commits suicide.
oh
Hansel
god,
and Gretel do die. You know what I mean?
yeah, pretty much, mate. I mean, there's a caterpillar smoking a shisha, basically.
Yeah, that's me.
He is.
That's me, by the way. That's just me.
that's just Dan just
That's
sitting there
not
on a normal day.
Yeah, that is so Dan. Yeah.
Very flexible caterpillar. Very flexible. He obviously does his yoga.
Very cool caterpillar. He's very wise.
Yeah, he's very wise.
Very wise. And
He's
just
very bendy.
very bendy. He obviously
Is
does.
that also a bit sexual?
Yeah.
Oh, everything about it.
Yeah.
Speaking,
You're right.
yes. Oh
He's
my gosh.
the butterfly though. Like, I don't know what's uglier, the Yubaba bird from last week or this. He's not
Right.
a caterpillar.
Sorry.
I don't know what you guys think of Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Oh, stupid.
I
They're
love
so
the
good.
noises they make.
Representation of the stupid boys.
Yes.
That's what they are. They are a representation of stupid boys.
Yeah, true enough. Yeah.
Mm.
That's how she is. How she sees that literally, all the boys around her being for her kind of age bracket being stupid. Tweedledee, Tweedledum. That's basically a representation of what Daniel was trying to say before.
Definitely.
And I'm talking about the stories of the Walrus and the Carpenter and stuff like that. Telling stories.
I'm glad I was sober watching this because I can only imagine if you decided to have some alcohol with some friends or something of the.
Don't even suggest that.
notoriety.
Don't.
This you out because it goes places. Like I do think they dropped some acid in here when they were animating this movie. I mean, if you look at Dumbo the Pink Elephant, you know they were very imaginative sometimes. With sequences. They absolutely go in on the fantasy element of this film. We go from bit to bit to bit. The world doesn't seem at all connected. It still somehow works. I mean, what about? Because I want to know why Alice follows the White Rabbit down the hole. Most people wouldn't bother, but she's on a mission to follow this rabbit.
Okay.
I don't think we ever know why she's following. Like, why she's so obsessed with it.
Curiosity.
It's curiosity.
It's a talking white rabbit.
There's also a
With a
talking
pocket.
dildo. Oh, I mean dodo. Oh god.
Talking what?
I said dildo. I meant dodo. Sorry.
Talking
I
baldo.
thought you said dildo.
It's really more the sexual things in this
No.
film. Dodo. Definitely a dodo.
Yeah, dodo, but right.
Dear Lord.
Yes. There's a talking dildo bird.
yeah, there is one. Yeah,
Dodo.
Right. Did I just hear dildo bird? Because I'm
You definitely heard dodo.
yeah, like a dodo. Yeah, dodo. Yeah.
Definitely dodo.
Slash still. Yeah.
Always was dodo. And even if you go back and listen to the audio, I would have corrected it to say dodo.
Corrected it. I can hear it. But yeah, that is the one. So yeah. So this is what Alice does to you guys, people listening right now. This is what Alice in Wonderland does to people. Yeah.
But no, like, I mean, up until today,
though.
I never knew all this sexual stuff about Alice and like.
Trust me, there's tons innuendos everywhere.
yeah, me neither. I never knew as well. So
Like for me, this movie was my favorite movie when I was a kid, and I must have seen Alice in Wonderland like every week for quite a while. And for me, it was more about like the fact that it made no sense, and there was all these figures and like, you know, the cat, the talking cat.
Disney does this really well.
It was just a complete different movie from all the rest of the movies that you would see as a kid, like, you know, Cinderella, and you've got the Ariel, you know, what's that name?
Ariel.
Ariel.
Cinderella, which is a cautionary tale which says that women need to remain chaste until the one comes along.
This is it.
Ariel from The Little Mermaid, which is also a cautionary tale, which says that women should remain chaste and not pursue the man that they want, but wait for the man to
But
come
also,
to them.
they change their nature in order to be with the man, you know, because she changes, she becomes a human.
I like Alice because, you know, when I was younger, I had a curiosity about things. I could relate to Alice quite well because she just wants to see how this world works. She's very, like, out of all the early Disney films, she's the one that I related to the most out of the princesses because she's not the one waiting around for a guy to solve her problems.
No, she's wondering.
Yeah, she drives the story the whole bloody way, the whole way, and she does make mistakes, but she is a child, so she does make mistakes. But she's generally at that age, you would be inconsistent with your actions, but she does try and always do the best thing possible and tries to be polite to people, and she's always willing to try new things. I mean, that's what I was like when I was a kid. I was always curious about learning about new cultures and stuff and about people's backgrounds. And, you know, growing up in London, that was quite easy to find friends from different parts of the world to have a chat about where they come from, their country and their culture. I always had that interest in other people's, you know, history. So I've always liked her because even back in 1989, you still got Ariel doing the whole I need a prince BS. Really. I mean, she is a bit deeper. But if you see it surrounded by what was there, Snow White, Cinderella.
The Little Mermaid, initially it was a cautionary tale, which was know your place, woman, basically.
Yeah.
You're going to be in too much trouble and you're going to need a man to come and save you if you try and do anything else. Now, the movie did Disneyfy that away a little bit, but it still kept enough of it that it kind of... The remake, I think, did something a bit different.
Yeah, the thing is, you watch this as a kid, and as a girl, I watched them. I didn't really see that much into it when I was a kid. But when you grow up, like at a later stage, you then realize, oh my God, all these movies are filled with this stereotype for women and for men, because the stereotype is for both. And you only see it after. When you're a girl, you can't really. I couldn't say to you guys, oh, I could tell. But I could tell I was more drawn to Alice in Wonderland, or for example, like Fantasia. I don't know if you saw that one.
Oh, Fantasia,
Fantasia, which was also a very weird movie with like music and really weird figures. There was no plot really, but it's with dinosaurs and there's the lava.
All sorts.
And those were my favorite two movies as a kid. Alice and Fantasia. I did like the other ones, but I was obsessed with this too.
Alice,
it's something about daydreaming. Like for me, Alice is daydreaming and she's sleeping. And when you sleep, there's all this stuff going on in your unconscious that you dream about that it's completely nonsensical, but it's amazing.
It's true. Yeah, I'm with you on that because even when I was younger, I watched Alice in Wonderland. Everyone was like, "Troy, why are you watching that? Like, it doesn't make any sense."
So cool. Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense. But I was like, this is for me, the quintessential fantasy movie. This is what started so many trends. Like,
you love this movie because I've always said to you, Troy, you are the Cheshire Cat because you got a grin like the Cheshire Cat, where it can be creepy sometimes. You have to show your teeth. And my wife turned to me because she's met you, and she went, "That's Troy." I was like, "Yeah, that is Troy." I turned to you right now. That is Troy.
I'm a little mischievous. I don't say that. Just a little bit, not as much as the Cheshire Cat, but yeah.
Oh yeah, there is an idiom, grinning like a Cheshire Cat.
Oh yes, exactly. Grinning like a Cheshire Cat. There you go. But yeah, so Alice in Wonderland is such a great movie. Such a great movie in my eyes because I love the weirdness. I've always been into stuff like that. The weird.
And that's because
I love that stuff.
Yeah. I've always loved the theme, so yeah.
About the Mad Hatter's bit, because that is chaos.
He's one of my favorite characters in all of film. Mad Hatter. I love his
birthday.
No, the best thing about it completely is definitely Twinkle Twinkle Little Bat.
Oh.
Oh yes, so cute.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
It's so cute.
And then he needs to get a bit of jam in the nose in order to chew. So weird. Why? Jam.
I wouldn't trust the Mad Hatter to fix my my anything. If anything got broken, I wouldn't trust him to fix my watch.
Guy's insane. I love his character. Like TikTok. That's what I always get that phrase from TikTok. I use it all the time.
He's kind of got a look of the Dr. Brown from Back to the Future, Christopher Lloyd. Sorry, about him. Just in the crazy eyes and the white hair, reminds me a bit of Doc Brown from Back to the Future a little bit. Just how crazy.
Well, Doc Brown is based slightly on the Mad Hatter, so you'd be correct there.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah,
Oh, fantastic! Cheers. Look at me.
He looks like him with the same hairstyle.
But it's just mental. This bit, there's so much going on here. I mean, Alice at first is like very politely, yes, I'll sit down. And then she makes her way out very quickly because she realizes they're a bit mental.
It's completely mental.
Mental.
The amount of tea they've made and they're wasting the tea. It's just outrageously funny to me, like how much time they're wasting.
That got on my nerves. I was like, don't waste that tea. I'm a tea guy. Don't waste that tea.
My wife was so annoyed.
That must have been painful for you.
That's
I know, it's painful. It was.
So something which, let's take it back to the original reason why that story exists. The reason those characters are doing that is because there is an awful lot of fluff that goes around the courting game in general in that time period. And that Mad Hatter and the Mad Hatter's Tea Party and all of that is like a warning. This will take you away from what you're supposed to be. And there's another warning later on with painting the roses red.
Yes.
So sleepy.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the thing for me. My wife thought the waste of tea was horrendous. She's a big tea drinker. I won't even go there. But like,
I'm with her on that.
The bunny's house. She's a big rabbit fan and just so cute. I was just like, oh my god, like it's bunny themed everywhere. Like, if we could make a house, that would be what we would live in if my wife had my house.
Is that the way? But the thing is, the thing is,
it's beautiful.
The thing is, as Dad said before, it's like if everything takes you away from the actual main story because she's chasing the rabbit, everything's kind of leading her away from different places. Everyone's trying to get in her way, trying to distract her from the main goal is getting the rabbit and leaving the hole. So yeah,
he's a panicking little boy. But the dodo still decides to burn the house down even through now Alice has left the house. I don't get that bit. He's still going to burn the house down. It's like,
is that like Phil?
I can't remember how the dodo looks.
Bill. It was Bill, like a cricket.
You know, let me Google like how Alice in Wonderland
Jimmy.
dodo looks like.
Are you talking Jimmy from Pinocchio?
Oh my gosh.
No, there is a little guy called Bill.
I see.
When the house goes on fire and then the rabbit or someone is like, oh, there goes Bill. He goes flying and it's super cute.
I remember that. Yeah, the little. Yeah, I remember Alex. I remember.
I found the dodo bird.
Okay.
But that's not Dodo. That's Bill. I'm confused.
Yeah, Bill. Something else.
Who he is?
Eh? No, I'm actually looking at like.
Who's Dodo then? I'm so confused.
Okay.
The dodo is called the dodo.
No, because Tara's just searching the dodo for a reason. For some reason, she's searching the dodo.
I'm looking at
yes, found it.
Yeah, Alice in Wonderland.
Guys, the dodo is in the book, but I'm not sure how much of a part it plays in the film, actually.
He's a bit.
He goes to the bunny's house, and that's the last we see of him. He does get introduced with a very weird water bit, and then
he's a much grander character in the book.
Yeah.
He's a blue dodo bird.
In the movie, they're just like running around after the water in circles, and he's in the middle.
And we leave him at the bunny's house trying to set fire to it. Just needed a bit of Prodigy fire starter there. I've seen clips of that on YouTube.
Well, yeah, he's a blue dodo bird, and I just looked up the wiki and I found him. He exists.
Okay.
Was he blue or white? I'm confused.
Oh, I think
White.
Right.
Pretty sure it was white.
I think I saw the wrong picture because the blue one is for the live action movie.
Right, we will not mention that. This is an animation podcast. I will have you know.
Okay, sure.
But like, I just kind of, I mean, the Queen of Hearts is obviously the big set piece, right?
Yeah, she is.
I go the Queen.
We think of her because the cards.
The Queen of Hearts.
the Queen of Hearts.
She is mental.
She's insane. With her little husband.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can I
the
say,
king.
my darling?
Can I say a trial? A trial? Can I do a trial?
And she's like bursting in fire. A trial? Yes, a little one.
Off with your head. Off with your head.
I'm real cruelty though, because she does play croquet with like flamingos and hedgehogs are used as whips.
Oh my days! The way the cards were moving in the way to try and get the balls in between, that was funny as heck. I was
Too
dying.
posh, too posh. She thinks she can use live animals as a bat. Even the royal family don't do that. They use proper croquet equipment. Very arrogant.
Oh gosh, true. Use no animals around.
No, Ben. That's just for the publicity behind closed doors. It's flamingos all the way.
Ah, yeah.
You
Love to
never
know
know.
what goes on behind the Bull Palace gate. So I really would like to know. So obviously, this unhappy birthday thing is quite funny. Unhappy birthday.
Yeah.
It's something I sent.
Not unhappy birthday, happy unbirthday.
Happy unbirthday. Okay. And basically, it was my dad's birthday this year, and I forgot I missed it by a day, so we did a unhappy birthday joke. Voice call. He didn't find it funny. We did send a card on time, but it was quite funny. He was
You all
not
forget.
impressed that
Yeah, that's
we
not
did-
funny.
It
Oh,
sounded
no.
like I know I see your Alice in Wonderland joke, and I'm not amused. It was like he took it seriously. Sorry, Dad. Well, we did send him a card and a present, so it's fine. It's cool. We got there on time, but we missed the day to give him a call, and it's like, oh no, he was not impressed when we left a WhatsApp voice message.
Mhm.
We did a good rendition.
It's all right.
What do we think about the courtroom scene?
The courtroom.
Yeah,
The courtroom scene was funny. With the
That's
queen was like every time someone said something, they were like, "Oh yes, write it down. It's very important. Write it down." And the most nonsense thing someone said. Wow. Wow. So nothing goes past in the bill. I love it.
I love when she grows super big,
Yes.
and then the queen's like petrified. She's like, no, it's okay. But then she messes all up, and then because she takes both biscuits at the same time, and then she becomes tiny again, and it's like, oh, Alice, like, stupid. That moment, I used to get so annoyed at her because I was like, oh my god, like you've got what you need, but like you're not doing it right.
just Godzilla the place. You're like 100 foot tall. Just Godzilla the place. Stomp your way out of there. You know what I mean?
Exactly, run.
Just run it over. Oh god.
Do you know what time it is? It's time to talk about Kingdom Hearts again.
Oh jeez.
The king.
Sorry, dude. When we come to a Disney or a Marvel, when we come to a Disney or a Pixar film, if it's been in the video game series, I have to talk about
A
it.
little interlude, guys.
It's only been in Kingdom Hearts 1. It was Alice in Wonderland. It was a very confusing place. I can't remember what the boss was, and you didn't get to smack the Queen of Hearts about. I do know that. I think it was a made-up creation because there's no villain here, is there? So they didn't really have like a Disney villain for the end boss of the level, so to speak. But it was very... Alice kept running away from the character Sora, basically. You were chasing Alice like you were chasing the White Rabbit, which is very clever. I remember there was just so much platforming. It was not the best. They put you in the hedge maze. It's all green. You don't know where you're going. I did get to smack the Mad Hatter though, so that was good. But basically, yeah, it's how do I say it? They brought very good sound-alikes for Alice and the other characters because I don't think they were around anymore when they came to record the game. But you wouldn't know. You have to fight the doorknob at one point. Don't know why. A bit of a weird boss, but yeah, I just remember this bit was she didn't come back for any of the sequels, so it was like a one and done. But they put a lot of imagination into the characters. Like the flowers were the bad guys. Well, they were like a villain in it. They did a boss fight with flowers, if I remember correctly. Because we haven't talked about the flowers yet. The flowers are they turn on Alice.
Oh yeah, that was a great scene.
But
That's so good.
and there was a lot of they took the theme of the big and small because you had to do the same thing in the game. You had to like drink or eat to get big and smaller to get around the level. It was fun, and you had to find Dalmatians as well because there was a plot. The parents, the two Dalmatians could be bothered to find their own kids, so you had to go find them in all the levels, different Disney worlds. Yeah, very lazy parents. But yeah, it was a good film. It was a good game. It was a
Good
good
game.
film. Yeah, you should check it out at some point, Alex. They're on the PS4 now. Completed HD collections of all of them.
Mm.
But I do remember the Alice in Wonderland one drove me up the wall because it was so badly signposted where I needed to go because the level all looked the same. So, yeah.
But yeah, we should talk about that flower scene. That flower scene was amazing.
Yeah, let's go back to the flowers because
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about the flowers. The flowers are a bit.
Well, the thing is, she gets confused with a flower. So the flowers are thinking, "Oh, what kind of flower are you?
Yeah.
What's that smell? They're so cute.
The way they just ragged on her, I was like, wow, she must be a weed.
Yeah. They say she's a weed.
I was like, wow, they just destroyed her. Oh god! He goes, if I was only bigger, I'd trample on you. It's just like, and they just go shoo, just go throw her out and just like down, banish her. I was like, damn. That's what I'm saying. See, it's just this basically showing like human nature, but in like a weird form. Like saying that she's the outsider, say the outcast.
Yeah,
Kind of thing.
exactly.
Yeah, kind of analogy, you know what I mean?
Very
So,
inappropriate.
yes.
And I guess it's also about adolescence, isn't
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, her
Teenagers
flower.
always weird.
Flowers. Yeah. So kind
Yeah,
of like did that.
like your virginity flower. It's just like it's there.
Okay, I thought it's cherry, not flower.
Exactly. Well, it could be flower as well. Some people
Cherry,
prefer
right?
that.
Not flower.
Deflowering someone is them losing their virginity. So it's also a metaphor for virginity.
It's it's a metaphor. It's a metaphor. So
Deflower. I mean, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It's a bit more cheesy,
but
I guess.
symbolism, she's not getting anything to do with any deflowering until she catches a white rabbit.
Yeah, again, vibrator. See, like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, well, I've heard that's a name.
It's not a vibrator. I'm really, really sorry. It's much worse than that. It's Lewis Carroll's dick.
Oh my
I'm
God.
not an expert on vibrators, but I know there's a rabbit one. So it's like a later joke. But like, if you look into this too much, you're just ending up looking at everything sexually. It's ridiculous.
any animation you've ever seen, there's a bad backstory to it. So yeah, just saying.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The bit at the end when it all come running after her. What do we think of the Cheshire Cat anyway? Do we think he's just a bit creepy?
Who is creepy?
A bit.
Is he a bit of a warning as well? Or a bit of a temptatious figure for Alice?
Yeah, it's temptation. That's what it's really
Mm.
deeper down the rabbit hole. Yes, you can go here.
Yes,
And then he disappears.
Yeah, it just disappears and reappears and just like causes havoc. That's it.
Yeah, he's like the bad. He's like the devil in some ways, but playing chaos, temptation.
He's basically a bad version of Jimmy Lee Cricket. It's basically what he is. Another version of Jimmy Cricket is what he is.
If I saw someone smiling like that, I would run in the other direction though. I wouldn't go near him. I would just leg it in the other direction. I wouldn't bother. Yeah, I wouldn't even bother following him.
No, I would not for him, but hey,
He's
that's
a weird
just
one, but I do like the cat.
yeah, it's a good design. But yeah, actually,
Cheshire Cat?
yeah, Cheshire Cat. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's not very trustworthy though.
no,
Like most
Well,
cats.
that's sneaky. So you gotta be careful.
He gets her in trouble with the queen
Yes.
because
Was
he's
it dress up?
sitting in like the back of the queen's bum, and then she does something to hit it, and obviously she hits the queen, and he's like he couldn't care less. He's like laughing. So she just falls for it. Like she's very naive.
Sure. Very naive, very naive. So many plot points in this movie. It's just so good.
But I'm also going to big up a big thing. I love the old-fashioned, at the beginning, the old-fashioned orchestra music with the 1950s style singing. Love that.
Yeah, it scores underrated.
Oh, it's a classic. It's timeless. The soundtrack, Disney. You know what I mean? I can't fault their music. And she doesn't burst into song. There's a little bit, but they're not like classical. Like now Disney, they always have to put a song in every. Here it's kind of like it's mental, so it's kind of like it makes sense to have songs. And Alice doesn't. Alice, normally the princess is the one behind all the songs, but like it seems like it's the right place to have a song. Does that make sense?
Yeah, in certain places, yeah. Like, so you talk about like, is a sailor's life for me? Like what I'm saying, like stuff like that. And I'm late, very late. The White Rabbit, little songs like that.
Yeah,
makes sense.
The Mad Hatter song.
I'm late for a very important day.
Yes, there we go.
Time to say hello, goodbye. I'm late. That's a
There we
one
go.
night stand.
Stuff like that.
It
makes sense with the narrative. Yeah.
That's waiting for Troy Salmon in every podcast. That is his motto for when we record.
I'm late.
Very, very late.
I wonder what Alice was thinking whenever she looked behind her and found Neo, though.
She found what?
Mm-hmm.
Neo. Also following the White Rabbit.
Oh yeah, the rabbit hole, Matrix. Again, makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense.
Ah, yes.
There we go. We're the rabbit hole. The rabbit hole goes.
Oh.
Red pill, the blue
What
pill.
was she thinking? I don't know.
Oh yeah, Wonderland. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, Matrix reference.
Yeah.
See how far the rabbit hole goes.
Because that's basically the Matrix is inspired by Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, red pill, blue pill, what kind of thing?
Yeah.
Analogy.
That's a good cool down. I would have loved to see that. I would have loved to see Neo just fly kick the Mad Hatter in the face and just go Matrix time with everyone. All the cards.
Superman thing.
Hey?
He's doing his Superman thing.
Yeah, that quote, yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Just flies off.
Flies off, yeah, and just leaves. Maybe if they ever did another sequel, they could just have him pop in.
Well, they're doing another Matrix, so yeah.
Alice in Wonderland 4. Into Wonderland.
Wonderland Revolutions.
Wonderland Revolution. Oh, God.
So, do you think this is an underrated classic that people have forgotten about as in terms of the Disney films? Because she gets forgotten about. She's the forgotten Disney girl because she's not a princess. She's not in the lineup ever in the lineup because she does not rank as a princess because she's nowhere. She's one of the very few females that doesn't need a love interest. So she's like Moana, or Elsa. Later on, they don't need a love interest to be a character. Does that make
I mean, I wonder, and it would be really shocking if that's the reason why they get forgotten, isn't it? But they do.
Well, there's a video I've watched recently where Disney, even if you're a princess, they've cut a lot of them out. There's like 11 official Disney princesses now. They don't even have Elsa or Anya in the list. I can't remember where I found it, but there was a video. Film Theory did a great video on what qualifies as a Disney princess. Because you would think Elsa and Anya would be there because they're royalty. Like Mulan technically shouldn't be there because she's not marrying royalty at any point. She shouldn't be in the list. But it's a cute animal sidekick or something that they put in. It's ridiculous. But like Alice, obviously, I would like to see Alice in the lineup, but she's not. She can't go there because she's not a princess.
She's not.
No, she's one of the few. She's like that chick from Wreck-It Ralph. She technically can't come in. Because there's
a lot of stuff that now that we've had a change in sort of the ideologies that focus our society, that Disney did wrong now. Because there was this whole, in the baby boomer generation and all of that sort of stuff, the ideal that women were supposed to be aimed towards via whichever propaganda and advertising and media that there was you don't need to worry about going and doing work. You don't need to worry about looking out for yourself. Your man will do it for you, and he will have the best job, because now we have it the best we've ever had it. We've never had it so good. Go and have babies. You will have plenty of money. Go and multiply. Live a life of consumerism.
Just go pump those babies out. That's cool.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff was basically sort of, okay, this is what everyone will agree with because everything's already being agreed in society in that way. So let's pump out the movies that look like that. And this came out around that time.
Yeah. I would
which
love
is why it is so dated.
I would like to see Alice, though, them to update it, because obviously they're updating the rules now to make it not so sexist. I would love to see Alice get a bit more recognition. She doesn't have to be a princess, but if you ever did like as an inspiration to young girls,
I'd want to see an Alice kicks ass in Wonderland
with a shotgun. Yeah.
No, not with a shotgun. with her brain, by being just fucking clever.
Yeah, she is.
By like people trying to manipulate Alice and Alice being like, "Yeah, I'm wise to your shit."
I would like Disney to, how do you say it? Celebrate. I've said this before. Cinderella is a good person. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of the Disney princesses are good people. They're kind people. That's a good thing for little girls to try and aspire to be as kind. Bit problematic on the whole. You need a man to solve your problems. So I think Alice is more modern than the early princesses, so to speak. So I would like Alice.
I think because basically she's being manipulated the whole way through the film. She's less of a good role model than even some of the princesses.
But my argument is that of her age, and because compared to what's gone before, she's a bit more modern than you think she is. Because at least curiosity.
The challenges.
Yeah, she's very mature for her age. Some of the times, she has to learn. I would make that argument.
Yeah,
because her goal is not to get the princess and then happily ever after. That's not it. She's gone through a bit of a really weird situation, which makes no sense, and she's not really sure what's just happened. I think by the end she's a bit like, what was that? But then she's obviously going to take away lots of learnings, and it's not about I found the love of my life and now I'm all set to go.
That's kind of why I grew up with strong women in my house. So I mean, it's why when I love Disney movies, I love your Dumbos, your Jungle Books, your Alice in Wonderland, your Beauty and the Beast, your Aladdins, because they have strong. It's not about, oh, here comes a man to solve my problems. I kind of discard those movies because don't speak to me really well. But like Alice in Wonderland and all that, like Robin Hood with the fox and stuff, they're all very different Disney films. So I think a lot of people forget that Disney isn't always about princesses. There's actually just many movies where there's no princesses. They're very versatile a lot of the time. So this is definitely one of my early favorites, like you, Alex.
Yeah, this would be like one of my favorite movies. Like, definitely.
Do you know a lot of people at work call you Alice instead of Alex? Actually, enough.
I think so. I think some people do call me Alice. Some clients do. And I'm like, it's Alex.
I'm just going to leave that. I think it's, because I just don't correct them. I know who they're talking about, but they do call you Alice sometimes. So I thought,
Yeah.
So is there anything else that you would like to pick up before we end this episode?
Not particularly, no.
I want a Cheshire cat.
Check your cat. Did you just say check your cat?
I want a Cheshire cat.
Okay.
You want to Cheshire cat?
Oh, makes sense.
Check a cat. I don't know how we do that.
My mind went left.
Yeah.
The Cheshire cat.
Yeah, Cheshire cat.
Yeah.
What's the big grin?
Man, big cat people.
I've always wanted a Cheshire cat.
We can give you a thing with Troy's smiley face on it and slap it on there. On a toy cat, and you can have a Troy cat.
Troika.
Oh, here we go.
Is that going to be enough?
That's our first merch.
I'd probably get more use out of a hooker, to be honest.
All right. Damn.
Oh my god.
But like, I would
Damn you,
definitely think
monster.
that's the merch. A Troy cat with just a big goddamn
Troy cat.
smile.
That's right. I'm gonna lie. That'd be good. That'd be good merch.
That's the first one.
Oh no.
Definitely. Okay.
Bit
So
scary.
where? Huh?
They're a bit scary, those cats.
Yeah, Troy is very
They
scary.
freak me out. Them
He
cats
smiles.
freak
He
me out.
shows all of his teeth. He's got big
Wow.
teeth.
Okay.
Hey,
Wow.
cat was my first word. I'm good with all of them.
Okay. He's good. Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Okay. So what would you score this film out of? I'm going to give it an 8.9.
0.9. Okay.
It's good and it's not too long. It's
Not too what? Sorry.
It's not too long, not too short.
Oh, okay.
It's in that bit of it tells its story and it doesn't outstay its welcome. Like Spirited Away last week, it knows when to finish. It doesn't. It tells its story, then it says goodbye. You're never bored. So I'll give it 8.9. Disney have done better, but an 8.9. I think it deserves it. It's aged really well. It's as good as I remember it.
All right. Maybe I'll give it a 9.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
5. A 5.
A 5.
Oh wow.
5. Middle of the road.
Okay. Why?
Honestly,
Yeah.
probably because of who I am more than anything else.
Okay.
Alice in Wonderland, as a child, Alice in Wonderland didn't have anyone who I immediately gravitated towards, other than I had the feeling that I might be the Mad Hatter because I was always seen as being really weird because I was the autistic kid.
Mhm.
A lot of other Disney movies had people I could latch onto. And I think that's very important for enjoying a movie in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, there's nothing terrible about it. It's just I don't know, slightly weirded, slightly creeped, and not that much in terms of actual latching onto a character.
Okay. Okay.
Sure.
Because I definitely connected with her inquisitiveness on things. That was really as a kid, so that's why I give it an 8.9 because I connected with Alice's wonder at things a little bit. I can get lost in that, but I can totally see your side of things as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't connect with a character, it's just a weird film for the sake of being a weird film.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a way, maybe.
Totally see Dan's point.
Exactly.
What about you, Troy and Alex? Where are we scoring these?
Go on, Alex.
Well, I mean, I'm obviously going to give it a 10. I would give it a 15 if I could. I love the movie. I love the movie. And I think what you said, Dan, it's probably one of the reasons for me why I really love that movie. Because I used to daydream and have crazy dreams as a kid. Even now, I dream some like crazy stuff. So for me, I was like, oh my God, like, she's having a dream and she's dreaming all this weird, like,
For you, it was an I'm not
characters.
alone moment.
And that was like sort of like my family would be like, you actually dreamt that last night, Alex? And I would be like, yeah, it was amazing. Like, oh my God, like, and I would be talking for hours about my dreams. And my family thought I was just making them up. I'd be like, I'm not making it up. Like, I'm actually having these dreams. And they were great dreams. I never had nightmares. But they were weird and like insane.
Yeah.
So in a way, for me, watching this movie was like, oh wow, like, yeah, I love this. It speaks to me like, yeah, I like this. And I probably identified with Alice in that sense, of you've got all this unknown worlds and characters and creative things happening in your unconscious. And that's all there, even if you can't see it.
True.
So yeah, 10, 15, 100%, love it.
Wow.
Great breakdown. I like that.
I think Alex has peaked here. I don't think we're ever going to get her a better film than this one.
No, this is my favorite movie of all times.
Yeah, I respect it. I respect that.
It sounds okay. Troy?
In the similar reasons to Alex, but it's just a fraction off. I'd give it a 10, so I can't give it a 10. But it's going to be close though. Because I love the weird. I'm into all that, man. I have weird dreams too.
Are you going to give it another 9.8?
I had weird dreams too.
Cool.
But
I know you have weird dreams.
but trust me, I'm into the weird, man. I'm a horror guy, so I'm into all sorts of weird stuff.
Oh, I know, bruv. We've talked too much about you.
Trust me, you don't want to be in my head. But okay, as a score, I'd give it. It's so good, but for me, there's still some intangibles. I can't give it a 10. Okay, so score wise, I give it a 9.5.
Alright.
9. Okay. Right.
9.5. Yes.
Okay.
It's almost a perfect movie for me, but it's just stuff that I just can't give it a 10. I can't give it a 10.
It's a good score. Good scores.
Sure. We need to watch some really shit films now to really go for a kick-in. Because so far we've picked really good movies.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's
how about
put
Cars?
that
Yeah, Cars.
We need to go and pick out a really crap film one day and bring you guys back so we can just jump on it.
Sausage
I'll try and
Party.
get a 9. I'm
Yeah.
joking.
I feel like we're picking films that we like, so I think it's a good-natured podcast.
Seriously, Sausage Party. It's a terrible movie.
Oh, Sharknado as well. It's
Sharknado's a great movie, Alex. Come on.
I know. I do love him.
No, it's a good pleasure. Good pleasure, man. Yeah.
I think we should do Sausage Party one day and bring Dan, and we're just going to wreck house on that film.
Wreck It.
Wreck-It Ralph. Ooh, Wreck-It Ralph. Anyway, so yeah. Yeah, and I just want to say, Wreck-It Ralph, all the females are there. Just give me a bit of Alice popping her head in the door. Can I come in? No! Shut the door. That was meant to be a deleted scene in that Disney princess bit. Alice was meant to say, can I come in? And they'd be like, no, get out. But they didn't put it in. Just give her that scene. It would have been funny.
Yeah.
That's a great idea for Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet. But anyway, I'll leave it. Apparently, they were going to have the Hercules girl, some other chicks, like the gypsy from Notre Dame, Esmeralda. Like, can we come in? No. Get out. Shut the door. It was going to make a really funny cameo, and they didn't do it. And I wish they had.
I saw a meme a while ago about that scene from the second Wreck-It Ralph where she's in that room with all the Disney princesses. And it's like, you know, that the bit where does it? Do you have it? Do you have what? She is a princess. That bit.
Yeah.
Except right in the middle of it, instead of one of the pieces, it then flips to Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction saying, "Does he look like a bitch?"
I have seen someone voiceover. There's like a fan's done a, and they give whatever her name is, the glitch, the role of princess, and you go hit Alice. There's like a cardboard cutout of them, like they got really crude mouth movements, like they've done it. You just see Alice and Esmeralda and the lady Mel from Hercules all just bitching. Oh yeah, little bitch. Yeah, I was here before her. How did she get in? She's like 5, fucking bitch. Alice is just kicking off. I'm always forgetting they're such bitches. It's quite funny, just kicking off, like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really funny. Go find it. I can't remember the name, but I do remember that bit where Cinderella snap bottle. Looks like she's gonna breaks the like in a bar fight, smashes the glass slipper, and looks like she's gonna glass someone. We're surprised they got away with that. Anyway, so it's goodbye from me.
Wait! Did Tara score it?
Tara gave it a 9.
Yeah, I gave it a score just now.
A 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm?
What'd you score it? 9.
Yeah, I gave it a 9.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Great, man. There you go.
Lovely. Yep.
You got it.
You got it. Right. So we will say goodbye. Alex and Dan, you're always welcome to come back.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us for such great movies.
Always.
Appreciate.
Absolutely. And both of you are welcome to pitch ideas. And if they come up, we will grab you back in.
Cool.
Okay. Always welcome back, both of you.
Love you guys. Love you guys. Love
Yeah.
it.
Wise lady might come back.
Yes. We need that knowledge.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be good to have you both back on. Thank you for coming for these 2 episodes.
Anyway.
You okay, Dan?
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, you're always welcome back, sir. It's always good to have you on there. Thank you. Okay, for the rest of the guests, if you don't get out, we're going to have to stick you. We've got our own personal Wonderland hole, and I will stick you down that hole if you do not get out. So get out, get out, get out. We don't call the police around here. We just tell you to get out. Until then, goodbye for me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, and goodbye, and goodbye again.
Yeah, and that's the bit where you go down the hole. Goodbye and good night.